Peace and blessings. This is your boy Tyrone Muhammad, a.k.a. Muhammad the Mortician, you know, #1 mortician in the nation. Always a privilege and an honor, man, to come before you. I ask you guys to subscribe to our channel. Click the notification button by hitting the bell so you'll know when we upload the video. And join this great movement as we, go on, man, to try to address some of the systems killing us in our community. Tonight, I just want to talk to you real quick about the killing that took place in Tennessee. Happened a little while ago, but I just got finished talking to the mother about the young brother who was murdered. And then at the cemetery, while they burying the brother, lo and behold, here come some young brothers, man, with guns, like they outside the car. Like, can you imagine that? Like, you at a service, like, you about to bury your baby. Like, you about to bury your baby. You about to put your baby in the ground. Like, I mean, like, young. And his so-called friends come there sitting on top on an outside car waving guns. And so much frightened the funeral directors. They was afraid. Cemetery workers was afraid. The cops was called. They told them to put the guns away. They told them to stop turn the music down. We turn it up louder. So I don't know what's becoming black people today. We are definitely in a bad state. The black man has fallen so low and downright nasty and dirty. Ain't no helping black people. I mean, I've been on this platform for a little while, man, and trying to show black people how much I care for them, to show that there's a mortician in the city, man, that's trying to educate you. But a lot of times, man, that the opportunities is there, but the people ain't moving on it. They not moving on it. So I'm glad we have a man in office today, Donald Trump, the President Trump, awesome president. And that's really making strides. That's really being the focal point, man. That's ushering something new and something refreshing for black people. We need somebody to champion our talking points. There are many people who have come. President Obama have come. I was never a voter. I never registered to vote, but when President Obama came in, I mean, I was happy. I was honored to be a part of that number, to be a part of the ones that stand in line, man, and put my $1 million vote right in that voting booth and vote for him. I mean, I vote for him twice. But I realized as President Obama was going up on the elevator, the black man here in America drops quick and fast. And President Obama never addressed none of the black issues that were pertaining to black men, particularly in Chicago when you saw countless black young brothers murdered. They weren't murdered by police officers, Ku Klux Klan, nor white so-called supremacists. They was murdered by the black people in the community. And all over the United States of America, where America is the greatest place in America to live. I don't care where you go. If you're not happy here, go try to live somewhere else and see if you can get all the freedom, all the liberty and justice that you can find. Because one thing about being in America, you can be whatever you want to be. But in order to be whatever you want to be, you're going to have to rise and grind. Nobody's going to give you nothing. See, too many of our people still begging and whining and crying. Black people just begging. Black people just whining. Black people is crying. Now, you know my story. Grew up with a mother, single mom. It's just like most black children growing up, because the black fathers run away. They scared us to take responsibility. A bunch of hypocrites and cowards. Always point fingers at white people, but themselves are nasty, disrespectful, and they don't want to accept their responsibility. So we were raised by a single black mother. My dad was murdered when I was 12. My mother passed away when I was 24. At the time, high school dropout and had no direction. But man, my mom always told me greatness was upon me. She told me I can be whatever I want. So I started to get it back in my go-get-it mode. And I became a high school dropout, became a high school graduate, first male in my family, go to college, went on to mortuary school. Now you already know, #1 funeral director in the nation. Nobody gonna beat me, nobody. I don't care what funeral director you know in your city. It's not addressing the plight of black people when it comes to this violence that's out in the streets, that's chipping away, banging away. But the fact of the matter, everything is not on white people. Black people are going to have to accept some of the responsibilities. Black people are going to have to come to the table and stop being so angry and stop full of rage and, and just thinking white people are out to kill you. They're not. These black conscious movements, these people out there trying to tell you, particularly in the Democratic Party, trying to tell you to that white people is out there to get you, is white privilege, white elitists, white people, white conservatives, nothing but just about being rich. No, man, I'm gonna tell you something. This is my historical day. This is the day #Walkaway. This is the day I walk away from the Democratic Party because I feel as though they don't address none of our needs, none of our wants. We having a high death rate, high unemployment rate when they're in charge. The school system is terrible. Too many programs that we're funding is not doing anything that's going to benefit black people because it keeps us as slaves, keeps us as servitudes. It keeps us with our hands out. And as long as we're going to stay in that type of condition, we're never going to rise up to be our true selves, what God called us to be. So the day I walk away from the Democratic Party, hashtag walk away, and I realized that I've been a conservative all my life. Now, so that's what I'm rolling with, you know, and I'm not trying to throw that up in your face, but I do realize and recognize freedom is upon us. And if you want to get free, you're going to have to free yourself from a slave-making machine, which is called the Democratic Party. We got an amazing young sister, Candace Owens, that's out there leading the charge, and I know a lot of you guys call us Uncle Toms and Coons. That's all right. I can live with that. But I can't live with me just continue allowing the blood when I'm embalming these young brothers who are being shot up, who've been riddled with bullets at the hands of other black men. You can call me Uncle Tom, once again, sell out. I get it, Muhammad. I get it, but I can't keep signing death certificates for 16 and 17-year-old young brothers who dying in pure ignorance, believing that white people hate them. White people don't hate you. You hate yourself. And once you come to the realization that you are part of your own problems, the reason why you're in the situation that you're in, you're uninspired, you're lazy, and you don't want to do nothing. I know sometimes talking like this can be painful. I mean, somebody telling me that, yeah, I gained some weight. So, I mean, at first, I didn't want to hear that. But when it comes to reality, the men lie, women lie, that scale don't lie. So you got to accept that when somebody's trying to tell you something and ultimately trying to help you, you just got to eat it. So today is my coming out party. I'm excited about being a conservative, and I know that the young black conservative movement is growing strong, which is the new civil rights movement. We're free. We don't have nothing else entangled with our movement. We're not blaming white people. We appreciate all the good and graciousness that white people have done and are still doing and helping us to get to where we need to go. You're not going to make it to where you think you want to make it in that black power movement without white people. I get it. I understand you can do. I get it. It ain't going to happen here in America without white people. Because everything that you do, from this microphone to this Mac, to everything, this lighting to this camp, you know, is imported by white people because we don't have that knowledge. So we can keep talking about ancestors and with slavery. You never felt none of that. You never felt the pain of our ancestors. You're benefiting right now. You can be right now. If you want to honor our ancestors, you would do great. If you want to honor our ancestors, graduate from high school. Go to college. You want to open up your own business. If you want to honor them, but you're not going to honor them by out there gangbanging, killing, and slaughtering our own people. So I want to thank you. And now, Sharp, that we want to thank you once again for all your years that you dedicated to the lie machines and to being used as a puppet. I know you spoke out very harshly against Candace Owens and against Charlie Kirk and the Turning Point and what they were doing, bringing countless young black men to the White House. Whereas that when President Obama was there, you didn't invite none. We didn't see no outpouring of young Democrat, young brothers coming up in there. No, you didn't do that. But President Trump has opened up the doors, man, to the White House and gave us access. He's given us access. And shout out to Brother Kayne West and Jim Brown. We love you. Today is Brother Muhammad, the Mortician. You already know, #1 Mortician in the nation. Once again, can never be defeated. I don't care what funeral director, what mortician you got, never be defeated, man. We're going to go all over America. We're going to spread this message of love and get on the platform of conservatism, which is growing in the black community. We never thought that conservative can grow in the black community, but it's growing. I want to give a shout out to all my young brothers who are young conservatives, man, and making it happen, rise and grind, and being true role models, man, for our young brothers who most definitely need it in our community. I'm out. Peace.